I'm actually in a science. It's not everything that I do. It's probably 50 or 60% of what I do. It's called neuro-linguistic programming. And in the late 70s, two guys came together. They were actually writing a business paper in school. One was a psychologist and one was a computer programmer. And if you know all the way back into the early days of computer programming, one of the things that programmers did, because the belief was, the end game was that the computer would mimic and model the mind and the brain, the computers actually are programmed a lot like how we think. So what's really powerful in the science is when you look at today's traditional psychology, it's more about, you know, where are you now? Why are you here? Oh, look, let's take the adult you back to the little you. Oh, there you were potty trained poorly, or oh, look, you had this terrible thing happen. It's not your fault. You know, Noogie, we love you, and I'm a professional, I'm going to give you unconditional love. And you feel better about a process, but in essence, all it does is reflect and articulate who you are today. But if we think of who you are today as a snapshot, it's one of the reasons why I'm not a big fan of personality tests. So whether it's Myers-Briggs or DISC or whatever, they're very good at taking a snapshot of you, but they kind of leave you with the sense of this is who you are. Mm-hmm. But if you were to take a picture of yourself, but then like 20 minutes later, change your outfits, change your makeup, change your hairstyle, you would look completely different. What we don't understand, what most traditional psychologists don't understand is, well, why wouldn't you be able to do that with your mind? If I'm shy and introverted, we say this is who we are. Well, we know that I could go to Toastmasters and get public training and become a very extroverted, you know, great public speaker. If I can do it in one arena, can I take a broad paintbrush and completely change who I am by changing how I think? Mm-hmm. And traditional psychology just doesn't really work in that skill set. NLP, or neuro-linguistic programming, it's kind of like the old commercial where you got chocolate in my peanut butter. No, you got peanut butter. This computer programmer and a psychologist got together and they go, wow, you're like a computer. Wow, you think like the mind. Mm-hmm. When you put that science together, it's somewhat complex at times. What I've done with it is try to make it very simple by putting it into common sense metaphors and archetypes and storytelling. This notion that who we are in difficult times and this is who we are, that's just simply not true. When you take the family of origin, which you will see me shorthand a lot as family of origin, and look at how they taught you the world was like, and that was the basis of your earliest memories, earliest perceptions, earliest beliefs of the world. We know that, well, I can leave my family behind, I could stay very connected to my family, I can leave some of this behind, I don't have that issue, but this one I can't let go of, blah, 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 blah. When you look at this in a different way, and if you call this mental software, and so the first thing we're going to do is build this notion that life is software. There's an operating system. If this hard drive up here is a little 2.5 pound, maybe 3 pounds, literally of just fat and water, is all it is. And it's got a lot of really, really tiny micro amperage electricity running around and literally trillions of connections. And those trillions of connections mean something. It means something because someone taught us the operating system that says this is what this means. Now, again, in traditional psychology, you know, they would say, oh, this could be nature versus nurture debate. This could be, oh, you are predisposed for this genetic trait. And it could be a physical trait like alcoholism. It could be a temperament trait or a characteristic trait like shy or extroverted, risk taker, risk averse. But at the end of the day, if you run a different operating system, it means something completely different.